Radio Nottingham.
Now, it's a landmark building in Nottingham and has been sold for redevelopment in a multi-million pound deal. The former Imperial Tobacco site in Lenton has been bought by the firm Henry Boot, which is promising hundreds of jobs. Cigarette manufacturing at the Horizon factory ended last year. And to tell you a little bit more about the future of the site on Thane Road is the regional manager at Henry Boot Developments, Justin Sheldon. Good evening to you, Justin.
Hello, Verity.
Hello. So why did you decide to buy this then?
Well, Henry Boot have developed in Nottingham before. We were involved in the redevelopment of the former Co-op store on Upper Parliament Street. So when Imperial decided to sell the Horizon factory, we saw it as a great opportunity to invest in Nottingham again.
Yeah, and what do you think you're going to do with it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a cracking site. We formed the opinion very quickly that it's one of the best sites in the city and probably the region. It's a large site. It's 48 acres, and sites of this size in such close proximity to major city centres don't come along very often. So we jumped at the chance to show our interest and make an offer, which ultimately we're very pleased was successful, and they literally completed the purchase yesterday. So it's the ink's just dry, so to speak.
Wow. Well, the Horizon factory as well, it's one of those buildings, I think, that you either love it or you hate it. In the interest of full disclosure here,
Sure.
Justin, I'm going to jump on the side of love it. I think it is I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Although I've had arguments with people who think it's really grotty.
Yeah, sure. I think part of it depends how close up to the building you are. It's certainly a landmark building. It's an enormous building. It's 1 million square foot over 5 floors. So to give you an idea of the scale of that, and so our plans are still forming. As I say, the purchase just completed yesterday. So we're open-minded as to whether.
Down?
Well. It's an unusual building, trying to find another use for it, which is viable. It's, as I say, it's enormous, 1 million square foot. There's not many occupiers need that amount of space in one single building, but we haven't closed our mind to it. We will explore that. But one option is for redevelopment to bring new investment onto the site. And
what will it be used for? You said it's going to create jobs. Is it going to be used for offices and employment?
We're still formulating our plans. I mean, as news of our purchase has filtered out, we've had an enormous amount of interest across a range of uses. So what we'll do...
Have you? From like what?
Well, what we'll do is we'll work through that interest over the next few weeks and start to form a master plan, which we'll need to discuss with Nottingham City Council, as they're ultimately the freeholders of the site. We've acquired the long leasehold, and work with their planning team to find uses which are suitable for the site. But because it's such a large site, it's an easy assumption to make that it can generate hundreds of new jobs through its redevelopment.
Okay. Have you got a timescale yet?
Yeah, well, Imperial are remaining in occupation on part of the site, so our immediate plans will be working towards making improvements and alterations on the site so that that can happen. And Imperial continue their decommissioning process. It's such a vast building, it's taking them a year to just remove all their machinery from the Horizon factory. That will complete in the spring of next year. But in the meantime, we'll be working up our plans with a view to getting onto site towards spring, summer next year for the redevelopment.
Well, Justin Sheldon, thank you very much. It sounds like you've got a busy few months ahead of you. Yes.
Yeah, that's for sure, yeah.
Justin, good to speak to you. Justin Sheldon there, who's the regional manager at Henry Boot Developments, who have just bought the former Imperial Tobacco site in Lenton. I can't help but love it. Meanwhile,